Well, I suppose firstly, the figures are very positive overall and show a strong compliance, which reflects the people's willingness to meet their obligations when um, it's put forward to them. I suppose the problem I have is, however, the system penalises those on a lower income who simply cannot afford to pay a full year's motor tax up front. So I think it probably should be more flexible and reflect. I would love to see the figures on the overall how many people had to pay every 3 months to every 12 months. And I guarantee you a lot of people have to pay every 3 months. And although newer cars, again, you pay less motor tax, financially, people are dependent on older cars sometimes because they can't afford an upgrade. So again, they're penalised with a larger motor tax. And when you're paying something like 200, we say, well, my car tax, even though it's middle of the like 10 or 15 years old, it's maybe 200 and something euro. You have cars that are nearly 700 euro in motor tax, and I'd find it hard myself to pay that in a yearly basis.
All in one chunk, yeah. So the way that the payments are, and in fairness, this isn't unique to the motor tax system. A lot of services would incentivise people to pay in one chunk by offering them a lower rate if they pay yearly or whatever the longest duration is that they can pay for. But in your view, that's unfair, given that families realistically can't afford to pay, as you say, something like 600, 700 euro in one fell swoop.
Yes, and I suppose, and equally the private industries, yes, of course, subscriptions, but this is a government-run initiative. This is the government basically not protecting people who are on a lower income. It should operate, and you shouldn't have a poverty penalty just because of your inability to pay yearly, in my opinion. Now, look, at the same time, the compliance rate is fantastic, and people do pay every 3 months or every 6 months and do pay the extra. I just think overall, should we be charging the less well-off a penalty just because they can't afford physically to pay it in all in one? But look, it's the figures are fantastic. We have to go with that as well. That's a positive, isn't it? 25 million hopefully coming into the county to help with the roads and everything else.